You cannot just choose anybody to marry. You have to marry the right person. So I believe we are made up of singles and the married. So I'll handle both of them. I pray God gives me the grace, and our time, I pray we can squeeze into it. Singles, let's take it from us. Let's go from us, because you have to be single before you can get into marriage. So let's begin with us, then we can go into the marriage. How would you then choose a partner? Since right now we have come to know that the purpose of you getting married in the first place is so that Christ will be formed in you, so that you would be finally be made like Christ. How then? How would you be able to know who you have to marry so that purpose you can fulfill it? How would you choose your partner? The first thing is that you have to choose who God gives you, or you have to marry the one that God chooses for you. When we talk about the Garden of Eden, Adam was there, and God created Eve and gave Eve to Adam. So the original intent, original purpose, original blueprint of God is to give you a wife. Is to give you a wife. That is the original plan of God. So anybody that wants the will of God to be done, the perfect will and not the permissive will, you have to look for what God is choosing for you. How will God choose for you? I'll be doing it like points, because if I want to, explain everything, we may not get time for questions. So as I say it, if I skip something that you think I should have explained, put it in your questions so that when we get there, I would address it properly. But I want to, finish the notes also. How would you know that this is what God wants for me? How will God choose for you? That is why you have to get a relationship with God yourself, so that you'll be able to understand, you'll be able to pick the signals that God is giving you concerning a particular person you are moving with, concerning a particular person you want to propose to. That is why you have to be in sync with God. Besides you being in sync with God, God can also let you know who He wants you to marry through prophecies. That is also another way God. So yourself, by hearing God for yourself, or through prophecies. These are the two things I want you to note. God would have to talk to you through these two means. The second way you can choose a partner as a single person is to look at one who fears God, somebody who fears God, somebody who has the fear of God in him, somebody who loves God. Okay? There should be a witness about the person that this person has a Christian character in him. You know by their fruits, as the Bible tells us. So if you are aligning yourself with God and with God's purpose and with God's plan, and when you meet another person like you should be able to tell. But if you are not able, because the first thing is that we should hear from God what He wants us to do when it comes to choosing a partner. But in case you are not hearing from God, then when we look at the person and the person is exhibiting the characteristics of a Christian, then we know that we are on the right track. That is another way that you can choose a partner. Also, you have to look at the person and the purpose of the person in life. Is the person's purpose aligning with your purpose? Because when God created Adam and He brought Eve, He said it wasn't good for Adam to live alone, so Eve should come in. When they both were together, He told them that this is the world I've given you. All right? You have to control this world. You have to multiply. You have to replenish the earth. You have to be fruitful. You have to find somebody that would align with your purpose. For instance, if you are somebody who understands the scriptures, you are somebody who loves to give, you are somebody who loves to, make sacrifices to God, give your offering, give your tithe. Your partner does not believe in those things. You can't go ahead with the marriage, because These are things that would come up later after the marriage, and it's going to cause a very big havoc for you. The person should align with your purpose. The person should understand you. The person should know what you stand for. And both of you should be on a platform that both of you will not need to compromise your Christian standards before you can, accomplish something for God. It shouldn't be like that. All right. So it is something you should know. The first one I said, God choosing for you, allowing God to talk to you about whom you are supposed to marry. Second one is, looking at the person's character. Is God formed in the person? Does the person fear God? The third one is finding someone who aligns with your purpose. For instance, you are a pastor, except you are the prophet that God said, go and marry a prostitute, and I will teach you how Israel is treating me as God by you marrying a prostitute and she going to do her harlotry with other men. If you are not such a pastor, or if you are not such a person, you can't align yourself with a prostitute or like I'm using prostitute as in Prophet Hosea's context, okay? So you can't align yourself with somebody who does not have your purpose at heart, somebody who does not mind your Christianity and think that the marriage is going to work. For instance, you talk about Obia. Oh, today pastor said we are fasting. Most more day. He doesn't even care. You talk about harvest. Hey, I've told you, instead of saving, you know how the reception will cost us. Instead of saving, harvest 1,000. You withdraw no more. Don't tell me that this and that. All these things are red flags for you to know. The person does not understand spiritual things. Neither does he respect spiritual authority. Somebody who can, together with you, sit down and lambast church leaders, talk about other pastors that are not doing things right, not that they are saying it, with a proactive intent, say, just, laughing at them, making mockery of the gospel. You have to know that this person is not heading anywhere with you, okay? So my single, gentlemen and ladies, these are the things I have for you tonight to note, that you cannot afford to be glued together with a person like this. All right. If you have questions on that, please note it down and we will address it.